Evet, Yunanistan Başbakanı Tsipras şu anda bize dün bugün yarına ve TGRT Haber'e özel bir röportaj veriyor. 3 soru dediler. Seyahatinin son dakikalarında bu röportajı veriyor, ziyaretinin. Hemen dönüyorum, çok fazla vaktimiz olmadığı için Tsipras'a ilk soruyu soruyorum. Mr. Prime Minister, first of all, welcome again to Turkey, Istanbul, Ankara first and Istanbul again. Nice to see you again here. Today you have been in Halki Theological School with His Holiness the Ecumenical Patriarch Bartholomeos. It was the very first time a Prime Minister went and has seen this special school. How did you feel there and what did you feel? And do you believe one day it will be possible to reopen the school again?
First of all, I think that today it was a very good day for the Greek-Turkish relations. Yes. I went to the school, I went to this beautiful island. I have met so many Turkish people that were very friendly to me. And then I went there that we celebrate, and I think that it was a message. It was a message to the Turkish people, yes, but to the global community, that you can make steps without feeling afraid to each other, that without feeling scared. We can make steps, and that this school could be reopened soon, because this will be a very significant step for a coexistence and a very significant step that symbolizes our close and friendly relationship between Greek and Turkish people.
Would the Greek government be taking further steps in order to make it possible faster?
I think that this is not an issue that has to do with our bilateral relations, yes, but it is an issue that, of course, is an internal issue of the Turkish government. I believe that President Erdogan will take in mind that this is significant for the Greek minority. And I think that this is the message that we wanted to give, we wanted to convey, is that religion has to come people together, has to spread friendship and to spread love for humanity. So I think that it is a clear step forward that I'm thinking that there is no reason to not taking together.
Mr. Prime Minister, the refugee crisis since the World War II, the biggest humanitarian crisis is the ongoing war in Syria and what it led to, the refugee crisis. There has been a drop of 90% drop in the flow of the migrants from Turkey to Greece. But what further steps could Greece and Turkey take together by cooperation in order to resolve the issue or ease the refugee crisis in the region? And in terms of the EU strengthening, you have mentioned EU should be strengthening its support to Turkey.
Yes.
What further steps should EU be taking?
First of all, I think that this was the most difficult migration crisis after the Second World War that we faced. And it was a real challenge for Greece and Turkey. And we proved that we can cooperate together, and we can face not only a regional but a global issue effectively. This EU-Turkey agreement is a difficult agreement, but I think that it is a necessary agreement. First of all, we managed to decrease deaths in the Aegean Sea, and this is the most important.
Yes.
But of course, we have to make more steps forward. With President Erdogan, we decided to enhance our cooperation, exchanging information in order to try to tackle these smuggling networks in the Aegean Sea. And secondly, I think that European Union has to support Turkey. Turkey now has more than 4 million refugees in its land. And we have to respect Turkey for that, to respect Turkey that gives to these people aid, host, food. This is very, very important. And in Greece we have more than 70,000, especially in the 5 Greek islands in the front line. The situation is difficult. So what I'm trying to do in the European level, in the European Council, is to support Turkey and to try to convince my partners in European Union in order to accelerate efforts and programs for resettlement from Turkey to EU and to give support, faster support to Turkey and to Greece, of course, in order to handle this crisis.
Hopefully, we are all hoping this. And the last question is on the unresolved Cyprus issue. But because of the natural resources, could there be the natural resources in the Mediterranean, Eastern Mediterranean, could it bring a solution to the Cyprus issue? For example, by including, maybe Greece taking a step in including Turkey in the exploration of the natural resources in the Eastern Mediterranean. Wouldn't this be a peaceful and positive approach in order to resolve the Cyprus issue, Mr. Prime Minister?
First of all, I think that this is an issue more than 45 years, so we have to solve it. We have to find a just and viable solution for the Cyprus issue. And just a viable solution means a solution for both communities, Greek Cypriots and Turkish Cypriots. And this means that we have to agree in a draft of point of reference and we have to prepare and to communicate closely next time in order to be more close, Greece and Turkey, in the issue of security. Because this is the issue that Greece and Turkey has a specific role.
Yes.
The other is a communication between the two communities and negotiations between them. We have to support and to encourage them to restart. I think that if we manage to have, finally, a just, a viable solution for the Cyprus issue, mutually beneficial, for Greek Cypriots and Turkish Cypriots, then all the other issues will be solved, including the difficult issue of energy.
Yes.
Energy has to be a tool in order to have people more close together, to live peacefully, with prosperity, and not to be a tool to divide and to create conflicts. This is my approach.
Yes.
So I believe, I truly believe that we can do it. And at the end of the day, I explained to President Erdogan that my opinion and my intention and what I tried to convince, and I think that Mr. Anastasiadis, the president of Cyprus, is already convinced that the resources belongs to the Cypriots, Greek Cypriots and Turkish Cypriots, to all of the people of Cyprus. And this is very significant for the future.
Yes, we are hoping so. What do you think? How do you evaluate our similarities in our cultures? Doesn't it make you feel closer to Turkey rather than, for example, to Western Europe, maybe, because of the similarities in our cultures?
I think that in this region, in this point of the world, the population were very mixed together. We have common culture, we have common music, common voices, common food, common tastes. So I think that this is something that have to take in mind. For instance, you know that I have a root from Constantinople, from Istanbul. My grandfather was born here.
Yes.
So in my home, we used to eat food with this approaching food that you are like and you're eating in Turkey as well. So I think that we have so many similarities.
Yes.
And of course we have different religion, different language, but we have common habits, common thoughts, common culture. So we have to live together peacefully and friendly. This is the message that I want to convey.
Yeah, this is what we are hoping for. So I'm sure and I hope your visit has been a fruitful visit for the future of both of the countries. Thank you very much. I really appreciate this interview. Thank you.